Hi, I'm Shane, the respiratory practitioner with Rocky Mountain Respiratory Resource, here in our shop in Golden to talk to you about concentrators, both low flow, high flow, and we're also going to talk about some oxygen equipment such as masks and nasal cannulas that we may need to employ as this COVID-19 really gets cranking over this next week. So the first thing I want to show you is what we use as a high flow concentrator. It's a Millennial High Flow. It has an oxygen sensor on the inside. When you first turn it on, you will always see an orange light down here. It says low oxygen level. The oxygen level over 3 to 5 minutes rises and gets stored into the sieve tank, and once it rises up to 90%, that light will switch to green as you see it here. I get a call a lot during the week, especially at night or at lunch or dinner. Someone goes, they turn the machine off, they come back after lunch or dinner, turn it back on, it's blinking, they think that it's broken. Every time you turn it back on, it's going to take 3 to 5 minutes to rise back up to that 90%, and you will see an orange light until it reaches that level. Now, this machine goes to 10 liters, and you say, well, what if we have a 20-liter patient? We Y two together. We can Y a high flow and a low flow together. We can Y two low flows together for 10 liters, or we can Y two high flows together for 20 liters, and we do have approximately 10 or 12 patients out there that are on 2 high flows at 20 liters on non-rebreathers, not because of COVID-19, but because of other comorbidities that they have. Let's talk about oxygen devices. Oxygen nasal cannula, 6 liters and under, but what happens if your patient is 80% on 6-liter nasal cannula? We need to switch to a high flow cannula and rise the flow from 6 to 10. That would be a high flow green cannula such as this. You can run it directly off the Christmas tree, or you can take the Christmas tree off and put a humidifier bottle on there, but this will run all the way to 10 liters. If you have an E-tank, this high flow cannula can run all the way to 15 liters, but still a nasal cannula. So if they're in trouble with a high flow cannula, we'll switch to a mask. The first mask I want to tell you about is a new one. It's not been on the market very long. It's called the Oxy mask. And you can see that it has holes in it, right, which causes the patient to not retain CO2. The beautiful thing is you can put them on a concentrator starting at 1 liter and rise all the way up to 15 liters. Now this goes to 10, but if I had 2 wide together, I could get 15 on this. You don't want to run any humidity with it. But an Oxy mask, patients that hate cannulas, their noses are all really dried up and painful, they have trauma, an Oxy mask really works well. So an Oxy mask is not doing it. The next step is a simple mask. This is what we call a simple mask or a medium concentration mask. It will always go on the green Christmas tree, never on a humidifier. And the range for this mask begins at 5 liters and finishes at 10. It's what we call a 40 to 60% mask, but something that we would put on as soon as the patient's unable to be at 88 to 90% or whatever we're doing, 90 to 92% depending on their disease process. If they're unable to do it at 6-liter nasal cannula, we'll move to a simple mask and run all the way up to 10 liters with it. Now that doesn't do it. Patient's still hypoxic. We're going to switch to the non-rebreather. I'm going to show you how to do this. This is a non-rebreather. It's a 100% mask. Not that 10 liters will be 100%. It's not. But I'm going to put it to 10. Now keep in mind, you cannot ever be even a little bit above 10 here or it will alarm. You cannot be above 5 here even a little bit or it will alarm. That's the sensors on the inside. It's for safety. And I know that patients, as soon as we walk out of the room, will reach over and roll it up, but we have to stop that. We have to catch them. We have to educate them. And certainly as nurses, we cannot be doing that. I'm not a nurse, but we definitely can't be doing that. It's got to be the desired flow or slightly less. So the non-rebreather, I put it on. I set it to 10 liters. I put my finger on the inside. I close the valve. The bag starts to inflate. Once the bag is fully inflated, I'm going to put it over the patient's face. If the patient takes a large inhale and collapses the bag more than half, we don't have enough flow. This concentrator won't do it unless I Y in another one. If I don't have another one, I'll go right to my E-tank. I'll put it on 15 liters, look right to the back. That is a 50 psi source. That's the same pressure that the hospital has oxygen on the wall. And that's really what we want when we get a patient that needs a non-rebreather, because after this, they have to be intubated and mechanically ventilated. The last thing that I did want to show you is that if you're maintaining these machines in your facility by yourself, you guys are doing it, not my people, you're going to want to pull this filter out once a week, clean it at the sink, shake it, put it back. And then my guys, there's an internal filter here that we come by and change ourselves and date it, and then it gets documented into our equipment maintenance logs. So if you guys have any questions about a high flow concentrator, about a low flow concentrator, about any of these oxygen devices, I can be reached anytime at 303-507-1565, or you can run through our website at RockyMountainRespiratory.com, which is where you'll find all of our videos. Thank you so much and take care.